welcome to Messy World. All right, so this topic is still trending. All right, so we're going to continue to talk about this topic, the topic of Ayesha Curry, wife of NBA All-Star Steph Curry, who went on the Red Table Talk this week and made some comments about being insecure because she does not receive the same amount of male attention that Steph receives from women. So, Media Takeout News has uncovered a tweet that she made in 2011, which was before she had the three children, before she and Steph were officially married, and before she had her businesses, her brands, her CoverGirl career, and all of the things that she has today. So let's take a look at it. In this tweet, she says, at the Auto Bell, getting a much needed car wash. Don't really need the men trying to holler though. I'm engaged. G's off the market. Okay, so this was, as we said, a tweet that she made before she even was married to Steph Curry. Okay, so from this tweet, you can see that she was in the mindset and mind frame of basically being the woman that she is today, a woman who's focused on her marriage, a woman who's focused on her household, a woman who is faithful and loyal to Steph. Okay, so when she made this tweet, she was in the mindset that she was going off the market. Okay, so basically, she's revealing that now that she's a woman who's been off the market for 10 years, and now she has three children, she's not getting this kind of attention that she was getting while before she got married. Okay, so she's married to a very successful husband, Steph Curry, and I mean, she's around the NBA players. I mean, she's in the limelight. So for her, she feels like she should still be getting the same type of attention. But that is just not the case. Because people see that she's married to Steph. They see that Steph is successful. They see that she is successful. So why would men still be, trying to holler at her? I'm pretty sure she's not even at the car wash at all anyway. She's probably not even washing her car anymore. She's probably not even at the gas station for that matter. So she's not getting this type of reaction. And she probably hasn't gotten this type of reaction for a very long time, because think about the circles that she finds herself in. She's in circles with very successful men who are on the same level playing field as Steph Curry. So they already have the respect for Steph. So they're not going to be tipping themselves, finding themselves in her DMs, or they're not going to be trying to get her attention, trying to draw her on the side. So it just seems like to me that she would know that and understand that. But she is a woman and she is a human. So, maybe she has forgotten that this is just the case, that men are respecting your husband. They're respecting you by not disrespecting you and throwing themselves at you, trying to check for you, trying to catcall you, trying to come after you, disrespecting your husband, disrespecting your marriage. And she is young. She just turned 30, so she's still not all the way out of her 20s. So she is still dealing with some of the issues that 20-year-olds deal with. A lot of 20-year-olds, deal with seeking for attention, wanting the validation. A lot of 20-year-olds have their validation wrapped up in how many people slide into their DMs, how many people liking their pictures, how many men catcalling them when they walk down the street. A lot of 20-year-olds can't just have one man texting them and salivating over them. A lot of 20-year-olds need multiple men salivating over them, texting them day and night, sliding into their DMs, checking for them. And that's what makes them feel like they are, worthy. That's what has their confidence. That's what their confidence and their self-worth is wrapped into. And so Ayesha, being late 20s, early 30s, being married for all this time, only being with one man, she never had those experiences that many 20-year-old women have had and are pretty much over at this point when they have children, three children, and are married. You pretty much you get over that as a woman. You learn to outgrow that, and it's called wandering eyes. You get off the wandering eyes because number one, if your eyes are not wandering, then you can't be checking for who's looking at you. Okay, so of course, Ayesha being married all this time, she hasn't had the wandering eyes, or maybe she does have wandering eyes because she doesn't see that men are looking at her, are checking for her. She's not catching the eye contact of many men, and that's what happens when men are checking for you. You catch eye contact with those people, and you see that, oh yeah, they looking at me, I'm looking at you, I see you looking at me, you looking at me, and it's a look, so she's not having that look anymore. So basically, if this is still a hot topic and people still have a lot to say about it, so let's look at some of these comments here. It says Ayesha really needs to fall back with all this attention whoring nonsense. Okay, so you have people who feel negatively about it, and some people want to go as far as call her names and things of that nature, and I don't really feel like she needs to be called a B or anything, or called out of her name. That's uncalled for, but it is what it is. Someone else says, in the most annoying female, it's the most annoying female trait there is. The unwavering need to get constant reassurance of their value in the marketplace, regardless if they are already spoken for or not. It's just the confirmation that they still got it. Right, I definitely agree with that. That is a very annoying trait. I mean, if your husband, it should be okay in our society, it should be okay that you have a husband who loves you, who's loyal, who does every single thing for you. He's a successful NBA player who has groupies throwing themselves at him day and night. But yeah, he comes home to you and the kids. He takes care of you. He's bringing that $200 million check home to you, and that should be good enough. But in our society, it's not good enough. It's not enough. And that's the sad thing, because your average woman does not have half of the things that Ayesha has. Half of her fame, half of her fortune. She has her own money now. She has multiple streams coming in from restaurant businesses, cooking wear businesses, olive oil, wine businesses, so many different types of businesses. And she has the fame. She's on TV. She's cover girl. So most of your average woman don't have half that she has. Plus, she has a very successful husband who, as she said, is God fearing and doesn't have a temper. He comes from a successful two-parent home. He doesn't have mommy issues, doesn't have daddy issues. He doesn't have half the issues that half the men out here have. So she is not recognizing that, and she's looking for what the average woman has to be grateful for. The average woman has to be grateful for the one, two, three, four, five looks that they get from a random man, because they don't have nothing else going for themselves. They don't have the businesses. They don't have, the successful multi-million dollar husband. So she's not recognizing that, and she's just, she's trying to get what these other women have, but the other women, they're busting down, twerking, and doing all these things to get what she has. So I agree with this commenter. It is an annoying female trait, and I think it's because of what our society has led to, and it's just what our society is right now. Another comment says, I hate when pretty women say I'm not attractive just to get more attention. And if you're happy with a fine, talented top athlete that treats you like a princess, what more do you need? All right, I definitely agree with that. You do see women out here, a very beautiful woman who you can tell when she's thirsty, because she says, she makes those comments like that. I'm not attractive, just to get more attention, just for people to fawn over her and say, oh, you're beautiful, you're so pretty. And like this commenter said, if you're happy with a fine, like Steph is fine. He's a handsome man. He's talented. I mean, he basically went from making 14 million. He worked his way up. He came from a nobody college. He worked his way up to become one of the highest paid NBA players. That took hard work, dedication, and focus. He was not out here in these streets like some of these other NBA players who can't be faithful to their wives. He was focused. He was dedicated. He put in the hard work. And so obviously he's doing the right thing, and he's taking care of business. So what more does an Ayesha Curry need when she has that? All right, let's look at another few other comments. Somebody says she never got her whole phase out of her system, and I would agree with that. that goes back to what I was saying. Women in their 20s, they go through a phase, and a lot of women, do it. They keep it real. They went through a whole phase, and so Ayesha, being married at an early age, she never went through that whole phase. She never got that out of her system. So now, after being in a relationship with for over 10 years and with 3 kids, now it's kind of hitting her like a brick wall. Okay. Somebody else said Steph Curry, 6'3", decent looking, can grow a full beard, superstar basketball player, has a 9-figure income, healthy, in great shape, believes in God, committed to his family, takes them on vacations, positioned his wife to have several business ventures to fulfill her own dreams, and makes time to be on her segment shows. Never said or did no outlandish or controversial stuff to cause him, his basketball team, or family any unwanted publicity. Then here's Ayesha, a smart, energetic woman, but is envious of the amount of attention he's getting, and she's not, and confesses that she wants validation, that she still has it from others, aka men. Conclusion: most women are attention seeking and often rely on outside validation from others to make up for their low self-esteem. No matter how well-rounded, open, supportive the husband is she wrong for expressing her feelings? Absolutely not. Is she wrong for expressing those feelings on national TV, instantly sending an invite to random men across the world to target, harass, stalk her, instead of talking and expressing those feelings exclusively face to face with Steph? Absolutely correct. I would definitely agree with this commenter and what he has to say. 100% my sentiments. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I don't want to make it much longer than this. I just want to say that I'm saying a prayer for Ayesha because she is a believer. And I think that she should have wrapped her feelings and her thoughts up with saying that, this is a weakness that I have right now, but this is something that I'm working on with my relationship with God. Because ultimately, this is a human weakness, it is a human nature. But when you are a believer and when you do have Christ in your life, He works on these issues and He helps you to get over them. And anyways, the Bible does say that if a man look upon woman lusting in his heart, that he has already committed adultery. So if a man is looking at Ayesha, lusting after her, then not only is he sinning against Steph, being disrespectful against Steph, he is also sinning against God. So Ayesha, in her Christianity and believing in Christ, should know this and be aware of this. But she was not able to say that, she knows this and this is something that she's aware of. So I'm just praying for Ayesha to continue to be strong and to continue to be aware that these messages you are sending to the youth, the young adults, the young women who are looking up to you. You don't want them to think that being validated or having men lust after you is all you need. Okay, because then woman says, well, why do I need God? Why do I need the Jesus that you have, Ayesha, when I already get attention from men? And that's good enough for me because you don't get that and it's not good enough for you. So I pray that she maybe rethinks this and maybe, makes a statement about it. Maybe she can come out and say that, she's working on it. She's hoping that she can get over this or something of that nature. I hope she doesn't leave it just like it is, because it does really look bad, like how she left it, and it doesn't seem right. But anyways, those are my thoughts on this hot topic. What are your thoughts about this? Leave a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe for more messy entertainment.